Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, and today's lesson we are going to talk about child's growth and development. And before we start, let us begin by thanking the Almighty Lord for all the blessings that he has bestowed on us. So in this lesson today we are going to understand about child's growth and the skills. And in this lesson we are going to talk about the concepts that are mainly used in child growth and development. Let us dive in. What are the terminologies that are usually used in this lesson, the child growth and development? First of all, we have growth. And what is growth? Growth is a quantitative increase in size of the body. It means getting taller, bigger, and heavier. And this is clearly, it can be measured like height and weight. For example, a child growing taller or gaining weight. So when you see a small child, when a child is born, she or he is born very little, but as the child grows, the child becomes taller or the child becomes fat. Now this is growth. Then there is development. What is development? Development is the improvement in abilities and skills. It includes how a person thinks, learns, speaks, behaves, and interacts. It cannot always be measured. It can't be measured. So there is a difference between growth and development. Growth can be measured, whereas development cannot be measured. So an example of development: a child learning how to talk, how to walk, how to think, or how to solve problem. There is now development. Then we have personality. What is personality? Personality is the unique and relatively stable pattern of a child's thought, feelings, behavior, and attitudes that distinguishes them from the other. Personality, it's what makes you who you are. It's what makes you you. It's how you think, how you feel, and how you act. There are people who are friendly and are very talkative. That's an outgoing personality. And there is also a person who is a quiet and a shy person. There is an introverted personality. And also another example, there is a person who is kind and very helpful. There is a caring personality. Then we have memory. What is memory? Memory is the mental process of acquiring, storing, and recalling information, experiences, and skills when needed. Now, for example, you can remember maybe you can remember when you were young, you remember something that happened. There is memory, and memory works in three steps. And the first step, that is encoding. Encoding, that is taking in information. Then we have storage, that is keeping the information. Then we have retrieval. Retrieval, that is bringing it back when it is needed. Then we have intelligence. Intelligence is the child's ability to learn, to understand, to reason, to solve problems, and to adapt new situations. For example, solving a math problem, understanding a new topic in class, or finding a solution to a problem, or maybe even learning a new skill quickly. And we have some simple types of intelligence. We have the academic intelligence, that is doing well in examinations. We have those students with social intelligence, the understanding of people. Then we have the practical intelligence, that is like solving everyday's problem. Then we have attitude. What is attitude? Attitude, it's a child learned tendency or way of thinking, feeling, and behaving positively or negatively towards people, objects, situations, or idea. For example, being happy and motivated to study. There is a positive attitude. Or there is feeling lazy or uninterested in work. There is a negative attitude. Or being respectful to others. There is a good attitude. Or maybe now you have closed school, you go home, you have a help, but you don't want to help that help. You just want that person to only do all the work. There is a negative attitude, right? So in simple terms, attitude has three parts. There is the thinking, that is what you believe. There is the feelings, how you feel, and there is the behavior, how you act. Then we have motivation. Motivation, it is the internal drive or force that stimulates a child to act, to learn, or to achieve a goal. For example, studying hard to pass. You're studying hard, you're motivated to study hard so that you may pass. So passing examination, or exercising to stay healthy, or working to earn money, or even practicing a skill in order to improve. motivation. And they are always two types of motivation. There is the intrinsic motivation, there is doing something because you enjoy it. Then there is the extrinsic motivation, doing something for a reward or a result. But I prefer intrinsic motivation, because you're doing something because you enjoy it, and the more you enjoy doing this, the more you improve in that particular area. Then we have the emotions. What are the emotions? Emotions, these are strong feelings that a child experiences in response to situation, people, or events, and they are usually expressed through behavior, facial expressions, and body languages. Emotions are feelings like happiness, sadness, anger, or fear that we experience in our daily lives. For example, feeling happy when something good happens, right? Or feeling sad when you lose something, feeling angry when treated unfairly, or feeling afraid in dangerous situations. And you know, these emotions are very important because they help us express ourselves, and they also help us to understand others, and also to react to situations. Then there is learning. Learning is the process by which a child acquires knowledge, skills, behaviors, attitudes, and values as they grow physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. It is a continuous process that happens through experiences, interaction, play, and formal education. For example, learning how to read and write, learning how to ride a bicycle, understanding a new topic maybe in class, and improving a skill through practice. You get to learn, and learning leads to change in behavior or knowledge. As you can get the main point here, learning is a continuous process. Then we have physical development. What is physical development? It refers to the way children acquire knowledge and skills through the use of their bodies and senses. It focuses on growth, on movement, coordination, and control of the body. Physical development is how the body grows stronger, bigger, and more able to move. For example, a child growing taller and gaining weight, or a child learns how to crawl, then walk, then run, or getting stronger muscle. That is physical development, or improving coordination and balance. Physical development, it focuses on the body and the movement. Then we have cognitive. What is cognitive? Cognitive is the process by which children develop their thinking, their reasoning, their memory, problem solving, and understanding of the world. It focuses on how the brain processes, stores, and uses information. And as we get in with this child growth and development in the next lessons, we are going to discuss more on this cognitive development. Then we have social development. Social development is the process by which children acquire skills, behaviors, values, and attitudes through interaction with other people. It's how they learn to live and work together. That is social development. And in social development, we also have theories about social development that as we continue with our lessons, we will get to venture into them and to understand more on how social development is a very important part in our daily lives and in the growth of our children. Then we have the emotional. Emotional, it's the process through which children learn to recognize, to express, and manage their feelings while also understanding the emotions of others. A child learning to share a toy without getting angry. There is now the emotion. Then maybe a child feeling happy when helping someone. That is an emotional. The child is emotional, right? Or understanding why someone else is sad. Emotional development is understanding and managing your feelings. Okay? Then we have the moral development. It's the ability to know right from wrong and act accordingly. It helps us to make good choices and behave ethically. In simple, moral development is learning what is right and what is wrong, and doing the right things. For example, telling the truth even when it is hard. Yeah, you rather just tell it. That is a moral development. Or helping someone in need, or not taking something that doesn't belong to you. Moral development is learning to do what is right. And Right now, in this era that we're living in, we should understand this moral development and instill in our children, our young learners, the moral development, so as they grow older, they may become very helpful people in the society. Then we have the last one, the spiritual development. It's the growth of your inner self, your beliefs, and your values. It helps a person find purpose, find meaning, and connection in life. Spiritual development is learning about yourself. What is it about yourself? What are your values, and what gives your life meaning? It's, for example, like believing in something bigger than yourself. Now let us say believing in God. That is a spiritual development. Practicing kindness, honesty, or compassion. This spiritual development is very, very important in our daily lives, especially for the children and the learners that we are going to nurture as teachers. You should instill in them about this so that they may understand that in at the end of it all, there is something that is bigger than themselves. Anyway, thank you for this, and as we will be talking more, we will get to understand how these concepts equip our lives. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time in my next lesson. Have a blessed day.